Hey guys, Marlo back again with yet another review, and this time it's for the Bandai Tamashii Nations MonsterArts King Ghidorah figure as seen in Godzilla King of the Monsters, the 2019 movie. And you can see here through the little cut in the box or little window the figure itself, and hopefully he looks as cool as what they have here on the box, the image there. A quick look at the side of the box. The back, definitely some cool images there of King Ghidorah. We have him here up against the MonsterArts version of Godzilla. The main reason why I got this figure, if you all know, if you guys are NECA collectors, NECA never made a King Ghidorah figure for their Godzilla line of Godzilla King of the Monsters figures. So that was quite unfortunate. So the only option left for us collectors that wanted to get the full set was to pick up this version by, again, Bandai Tamashii Nations, the MonsterArts version. You can see there some of the details if you want to read all that for the Monsterverse line. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and see how he looks out of package and compare him next to the NECA figures. I also have the MonsterArts Godzilla version there, which I still have not opened up, but I will also do a comparison of that figure with the NECA figure and see how they all size up next to this King Ghidorah. Alright guys, and just in case you're wondering, this is how King Ghidorah comes out of the box in the clamshell packaging. Let's get rid of this top layer, toss that aside, and you can see how he is packed in the clamshell tray here. The wings are absolutely enormous. You get the two pairs of wings there, and of course the main body. So it's mainly the wings that take up most of the space, as you know, as you can expect from this figure. The tail section is down here. There's some instructions. So other than the wings, I mean, there really isn't that much to the figure. But again, the box is just huge, and a lot of the weight is from the clamshell packaging. And surprisingly, the wings are pretty heavy too. They're quite thick, and yeah, they do have some weight to them. So let me get everything out and give you guys a closer look. And once again, the contents of the box. You get the instruction sheet here. Of course, it's all in Japanese, but hopefully you can make it out from the illustrations there. You pop in the wings like so. You pop in the tail. There's two pieces, and it says be careful. There's some sharp edges here and there, especially with the wings, those tips. And if I didn't note it earlier, the plastic for the wings is a hard, it seems like a brittle type plastic. So I'm afraid if they were to fall, I can imagine the tips of the wings easily cracking or breaking off. So that's something to take note of. Just be careful with those wings, especially on a hard surface. Again, it seems a little bit more of a brittle type plastic, and I wish they kind of did something a little softer, a little bit more like what NECA tends to use with their figures. It's a little bit, you know, has some give to the plastic there. There's some illustrations there for the base to help support the figure. Again, he's going to be massive with the wings, and you can see how the stands there will support the figure, especially for a long time if you have them displayed on the shelf, the way most of us will most likely keep the figure. Nothing at the back of the instructions. And real quick, the parts. You can see some of the pieces there for the display stands. There's three pieces right there. Two of the tail sections. Again, I need to attach those. The main figure. Oops, I'm already dropping pieces. Again, I'm scared to drop the wings, so I'm going to be careful with that. But let's take a look at the main body of the figure here with the heads. Each head is sculpted differently. You can see the details there with the horns and how each of the horns on the 3 different heads is quite different. And each is supposed to have their own personality in the movie. You can see the nice details there in the mouth with the tongue. Hopefully that's coming through on camera. And like all the SH MonsterArts figures, lots of articulation there with the neck joint going all the way down. You can see the portions there for the arms where you're supposed to plug in the wings. Nice sculpting details there through the body and the legs. And the plug-in points for the 2 tails. The back of the figure. And the whole figure overall. So let me see if I can get this guy together and give you guys a good look at King Ghidorah. Well, let's see. Before I assemble the wings, let's look at the neck articulation. Don't want to mess with him with the wings attached. First off, with the 2 tail pieces, and we'll start with one piece. You can see all the joints there. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 or 12 separate joints there for the tail. Each piece is on a separate ball joint to get you some decent range of motion there with the tail, like so. Oops. And you can see they easily come apart if you're familiar with SH MonsterArts. They're not for little kids because they do come apart quite easily. But you can get some nice poses out of these figures, and again, some great articulation points. So moving on to the figure itself, you can see the neck is quite similar with the multiple joints there. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sections there, plus the head for, I guess, the 14th section. Each again is on a separate ball joint, I would imagine. And though they're a bit sticky right now, yeah, you can again get some decent range of motion. I can get the neck to bend about that far, not too bad, or straighten it up like so. So not too much of a bend, but enough there. And with the jaw, there is the ability to close and open the jaws, as well as swivel the head. And all the heads are pretty much going to be similar, as you can imagine, as far as articulation. So movement in the jaw, full rotation in the head, and again, a certain amount of bend to the necks there. So moving on to the arm section or the wings. You can see once the wings are plugged in, I guess you can get a little bit of a bend there and some motion to the shoulders, but we'll see how that is later on. The leg piece, get a little bit of swivel there and a little bit of movement there. Not too much though, it's quite hindered by the sculpt there and the way the leg is designed. Same with the knee, you get something in the knee. There's a ball joint there, but again, it's going to be quite hindered by what's going on in the knee there. You can straighten it out like so, bend it back just a little bit, but yeah, not too much motion there. And you get the lower leg piece, and yeah, you get some rotation there and at the foot there, as you can see. So some decent articulation there. And if you want to count these as extra sections for the tail, there are 2 extra sections for each of the tails there. And of course you plug it into the ball joints right there. The body is hollowed out, as you can see. That helps reduce the weight, which I guess is pretty good. And again, you can see a lot of the points there are quite sharp. So again, these aren't meant for kids. And that's quite nice if you're an adult collector to see that level of detail. Getting all those points in the neck there and in the head sculpts. Alright, let me try to get this guy assembled and see how cool he is on display. Oh my god, just getting this figure to stand is quite a task. I finally was able to get him to sit on the stand, but it's really hard to get him balanced on there. So I can't imagine how he's going to stand with the wings attached because they're quite heavy. Even with these supports, you get 2 extra supports here for, I guess, a little bit longer extension if you preferred. I opted for the shorter ones because I don't want the wings to be posed too high up. I'd rather have them just kind of at a lower position. So let me see if I can get the wings attached and keep them standing up. Again, it was a pain just getting him to stand without the wings. I don't know, I like the figure, but at the same time, this is quite a pain in the butt, and definitely not a figure meant for being played with, merely displayed. Well, hopefully we can get to that point, we'll see. And here we have King Ghidorah, fully posed, and he definitely needs these display stands just to stay upright. Again, the wings are just massive and heavy, and I can kind of see why. Maybe NECA decided not to deal with this figure just because of the, you know, the whole size of the figure and working with the weight and everything. It's just going to be something tricky to work with and get at a pretty low price point. He looks really cool. You can see the tail back there and all the details, just trying to give you guys a good look at everything. But again, other than posing him up and setting him on display, yeah, I think that's pretty much all you're going to be able to do with this guy. You really can't get much play out of it. So again, with something like this, I'd try to keep it displayed behind glass as well, because just the idea of him toppling over and the wings breaking, that would suck so bad. So really cool looking otherwise. Too bad you need those ugly display stands there. They kind of take away from the figure, but if you're used to the SH MonsterArts line of figures, they often use stuff like this. Same with the Figure Arts line of figures. There's lots of funky bases and display accessories that, to me, kind of take away from the figure, but at the same time, they are needed to get in certain poses out of the figure. So let's see how this guy compares to the NECA Mothra. So hopefully I can get him set up right there. Maybe put the wings up a little bit so you can see. So there is the NECA Mothra. I think she sizes up pretty good. And of course we need Godzilla. So let me set up the NECA Godzilla next to Ghidorah here. And again, I think he does size up pretty good. You can see the 3 there. And last but not least, let me see if I can get Rodan in the picture somehow. Where's my Rodan? I have him set up on the floor. Let's see. Alright, so here we have all of the kaiju. With King Ghidorah. Apologies for the lighting. Hopefully you guys can see all of that. Okay. So now I have all of the monsters from Godzilla King of the Monsters, thanks to NECA and MonsterArts. So once again, Godzilla. If I can get him posed to look up. It's a little bit tricky. But something like that. Rodan and Mothra. Again, Ghidorah is just massive. Look at that wingspan. Oh my god. The one wing alone is just so much bigger than Rodan and Mothra and can totally envelop Godzilla there. So that is just insane looking. Wow. So that's more or less it, guys. I don't know what else I can do to show you guys, you know, with this King Ghidorah figure. Let me see if I can set Mothra here. There you go. Move Rodan over a little bit. There we go. That looks a lot nicer. That's a good photo op right there. So anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Share the video, like the video. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe, guys. Take care. Keep on collecting. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.